I always talk about buying index funds, right? And I always ask you to stay away from real estate of America, right? And now today I will prove why this doesn't, why buying a real estate is not a good idea. You know, I believe that in real estate there is a lot of work and things like that, and things like, and there are all those things. But many people then at that point, when they show me a data which is basically Case-Shiller Index, saying that the real estate has improved in the last, like it has given constant returns in the last these many years, like 5%, 6%, it has only gone up. Now, today I'm going to talk about Case-Shiller Index basically. Now, the thing is, guys, this Case-Shiller Index, right, is definitely shows that the real estate has gone up, and yes, on an average, you know, how this index works, basically how so this index might be working, maybe collecting all the data and then summarizing it, right? In some way it must be, right? So that probably the overall health of America is going up. But just as in stocks, I tell you to buy index but not the individual stocks. Similarly, in real estate, if there is a way to buy Case-Shiller Index, I know there is none, but if there is a way, then you should go ahead and buy that, but do not go for individual real estate or any mutual funds like REITs. So REITs are like mutual funds. In any real estate is your own, like that's a stock, you can say. Or but there is no such thing as Case-Shiller Index fund, investable Case-Shiller Index fund, right? The Case-Shiller Index is there, but you can invest in it. So that's the reason I would say stay away from it, because in stocks, just as in stocks, someone can dupe you, and in mutual funds they can dupe you. Similarly, here also they can dupe you. In real estate world also they can dupe you. And that is what is going on. Many a times they'll create a hoopla of certain city that a lot of, hey, you know what, in this there is going to be a lot of investments. All of you guys, like hundreds, thousands of you go in there and start buying real estate. Once you are invested, then they pull the money out and then you're left with nothing, right? So this is one reason, you know, I always ask you to stay away from real estate, because I feel that this is Wall Street controlled market, right? And the prices of the, I've said same thing many times, the prices can be easily manipulated, and basically everybody goes by Zillow estimate, right? There are appraisers use Zillow as an estimator, right? So appraisals, finance companies, and individual people, there are a lot of people who are basically connive together to work against you in the real estate of America. So in American real estate, never ever buy. For living, whatever you want to do, and I would say go for the best house that you can live in. But for investing, never ever believe in the real estate here. I also give an analogy that, let's say you give 20% down, and let's say your mortgage is let's say whatever, then the rent is, let's say, paying the mortgage. In the best case scenario, if the rent is not paying the mortgage, that's a very bad scenario. And let's say you have left with some little money also, that little money will be taxed and you won't really see that much of it. But let's say, you know, your rent pays the mortgage, which is the best scenario, which is one of the common scenarios, right? In that case, you have, with the 20%, you essentially buy a very big ticket. You have invested it in a lottery ticket, or you have basically bought basically a stock. And now whether it will go up and down, it will be dependent on these forces of, evil forces of human nature. You know, basically there are a lot of evil forces of human nature flowing around. They are, just as in stocks, they are manipulating the people, individual people, and you may have been manipulated before. Similarly, in real estate in America, they manipulate too. Third thing is, insider trading is not allowed in stocks. So few things go to your advantage. Still, I always say stay away from stocks and stay away from mutual funds. Just invest in index funds. Interestingly, insider trading is very much possible in real estate. I am buying somewhere, I tell my friend, hey, I am buying this, why don't you buy this too? If some big corporation is buying this, then they can tell 20 of their friends, hundreds of their friends to buy this, and then they will buy that too, right? I'll tell you something very interesting. 2006, when the market was at its peak and I bought my house, my tenant, so then after buying the house, I rented it out to someone. The tenant that I found, he basically, you'll be surprised, he had sold his house at that same time. I somehow felt that, and then he bought again after 3 years when the market was at the bottom. I somehow feel that as if he knew what's going on, because his timing was impeccable. Many of those people who basically get the tips regarding real estate, they know that there are a lot of data people study, and they are getting tips from them, right? Some of that may be insider trading, but still the point is, it is working to your disadvantage. When someone has an advantage, and that works to your disadvantage. Always know that. Fourth thing I want to tell you is, these are new data that I'm going to talk about, that I'm talking about today, right? So something has happened in Austin 3 years back. Actually, this happened very recently with me. So 4 years back, 3 years back, Austin was at its peak. Austin was really doing well. Everybody used to say, go to Austin, Texas, and I thoroughly evaluated going to Austin, Texas and buying property there, because I would get the tax write-off. So I wanted to buy some property somewhere, and I thought of Austin very like really keenly. I looked at it, Austin data. I was even trying to. So one of my friends recommended that his daughter was already buying properties in Austin. So I thought, okay, maybe this is a great start. This is a great idea. Somehow I don't like real estate that much at all, so I didn't go for it. And God saved me. Today Austin has crashed. Think about this, how Austin hoopla was created, how everybody started talking about Austin, Texas, how everybody went there and started buying. And right now, look at those things. Robotaxi was introduced in Austin. When they were creating hoopla, there were so many things that were going right for Austin. Robotaxi was introduced. Some companies, Tesla said that they will create their world headquarters there or something, right, in Austin. So think about this. So many things seem to be going right. What if Mr. whosoever is announcing these things, Tesla will make, Robotaxi will go here. Who knows? They are basically manipulating the market. They are telling their hundred of friends, hey, buy it now and then sell it. Now is the time to sell. Then they sell and then they get off, and then you are stuck there with the condemned property. And similarly, like this could be happening in stocks also, right? So same way in stocks, someone could be just basically pumping and dumping for you. So pump and dump scheme is possible in real estate. Insider trading is possible in real estate. So many things are possible in real estate, which would have otherwise not been allowed in stocks. And I don't know why you would get into real estate. So I'm telling you, basically, real estate as an investment vehicle in America is a very useless vehicle, and don't invest in it. And think about this. Let's say you weather all this. Somehow I have always given those scenarios as well. Somehow you weather all this. Somehow you are on the top. Somehow you, let's say, get a price, the thing at a very high price. Still, I've seen that people have not really lived a lavish life with real estate in America. I'm telling you now again and again. Minority Report guy, just praising himself, drives a Honda. Who drives a Honda? My cleaner also doesn't drive a Honda. Yes, nobody drives a Honda. Only very poor people drive Honda here. So how can he drive a Honda, old Honda? And he says Jeff Bezos used to drive Honda too. But Jeff was a different league. He was a billionaire. He can do whatever he wants. Now Jeff Bezos lives in a mansion and has a model. Do you have a model as your girlfriend? Do you have a mansion? So now you see. Okay. So the point is, guys, just stay away from American real estate. Don't listen to Grant Cardone. Don't listen to Robert Kiyosaki, whatever that guy's name is, Jaspreet Singh, or any real estate guys on YouTube. I'm telling you, they are basically, some of these guys are themselves getting duped, which includes Jaspreet Singh, in my opinion, because he's living a poor life. Grant Cardone who goes in a private jet and lives in a mansion. These guys may be the ones who are duping, or they themselves may be the ones who are getting duped also. So point is, stay away from these things, guys. Stay away from these people. And stay away from real estate investment in America. No buildings, no commercial, no homes, no houses, no condos. Stay away from those, right? Apartment complexes, however, are a different ball game. Commercial is also a little different. Commercial buildings are also a different ball game, but those are cap rate based businesses. That's the reason. Commercial buildings, but at the end of the day, are having problems right now because of the fact that there is the record vacancies in these. However, those commercial, apartment complexes or malls, these are having different dynamics, and I'm not even going there. I don't think of that as a regular real estate business anyway. Those require $20-30 million. Whenever people talk about, I want to invest in real estate, it pretty much means they want to invest in the single family homes or condos and all those things, right? So guys, my advice to you is stay away from real estate in America. This will not work for you. This is something that can be easily manipulated, and there is no index of this thing. If someone shows you an index, ask him, hey, can I buy this index? Then I am okay with this. So if you can buy the index itself, sure, go for it. But there is no way to buy. Just letting you know. I know that. Case-Shiller Index cannot be bought. It's not investable, right? Whereas S&P 500 is investable. So that's the reason I'm asking you to buy the S&P 500 itself. People say, oh, market is going up for the last 30 years. So buy the market, which is index, right? Which is possible in stocks. So that's why reason I asked you to do that. All right, guys, I gave you some very interesting advices today. Rest we'll talk later. Thank you, guys.